Hey, welcome to Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Marc.
Greg, what's up, my nerds?
How you doing this week, bud?
Pretty good, pretty good. We had a very entertaining week. We're going to cover Dexter, Hawkeye, the last 4 to 8 episodes of Lost in Space, the final season. And then we're going to get to a little movie challenge that you and I had to do with Hot Tub Time Machine and the Wraith, and we'll talk about the latest in news. Yeah, I still don't know what you think of it anyway, but we'll save that to the end. So let's get into a little Dexter here. Wow. First of all, there was a big surprise guest in this episode. I had no idea that was coming, so I hope you didn't either, because it was a nice surprise to see.
You mean we had a little angel visit?
Yes, we did, and kudos to keeping that secret, because it wasn't spoiled for me, so I'm glad, because I had no idea. Did you know he was coming on?
No. I mean, I really haven't followed anything news-wise with Dexter, but okay. I had to think that there was going to be a little bit more from the original popping in, because you had to they had to throw a curveball in there somehow.
Yes, and also the wasn't really misdirection like we were thinking, so we really do know who the sniper killer or whatever they've called him is. You know, it is actually our Caldwell guy, Caldwell Sr. That's been killing girls, but as we find out, they have to be killed in a certain way, and he doesn't like when they stand up to him, and he prefers that they not run at him.
Well, these guys, they have a methodology, right? They have a ceremony or ritual, and if the ritual isn't met,
followed, yes, like
it falls apart.
The barmaid
right?
doesn't dance with him to Del Shannon's classic song "Runaway" in the bar.
Yeah, exactly. So and when she, I'm surprised we saw some titty.
Yeah.
Like I went, really? They went there? And yeah, they're nice.
She seemed to catch on quick that she wasn't going to get out of there alive unless she did something to mess with him, and she even had a broken mirror, which none of the other ones thought to do, right? So
yeah.
She knew.
Well,
she knew when he said
kept her head.
Yeah, she knew when he said free to go that she knew she wasn't free to go.
Because he obviously gets off on the panic, right? He gets off on the wearing them down and the thing, not standing up to him.
Yeah, shooting him in the back, obviously, not in the eye. Okay.
Yeah, he can't face them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like the gun goes off and half her head is gone. It's and he's sitting there freaked out, going, "No, this isn't the way it's supposed to be."
Yeah. We kind of feel sorry for you. Not okay.
Yeah. Oh, poor serial killer didn't get his way. But then again, that was sort of a theme for the whole episode, because Dexter really didn't get his way either.
Well, yeah. Well, it also started with a drug overdose there, this opiate that Harrison and of course he's Mr. Loose Lips when he's high,
a little bit.
Revealing that, his dad's name's not really Jim Lindsay, and then what are the odds that they run into Angel and he remembers Harrison's first name,
Yeah, exactly.
And then, here's where, so I guess it's starting to unravel already.
The one thread that just takes it all apart.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. But we're still 6 episodes left or something like that. So there's still a lot to do. But I don't know. This could be the beginning of the end for our buddy Dexter. Because he was even trying to go after the drug dealer that killed almost killed his son. I'm like, what are you doing? The cops are on this guy too. You can't kill him in the apartment. What happens? The cops show up. Well, Dexter's got him on the the kill table. I'm like, Jesus, dude, you keep forgetting.
Well,
your
I think
code.
this is where being out of practice comes in, because he just. Although he did think quickly when he was going after the dealer, and the cop showed up, and he just said, "You stay away from my son," and he starts kicking the shit out of him.
Well, yeah. On top of that, yeah, exactly.
He thought quickly to throw the scent off.
Yeah, but
right?
But again, he messed up again. And he was just seen with the guy. Like, what are you doing? If anything happens to you, everyone witnessed you talking to him. Like you're the last one he saw.
No, it's it's weird. It really is falling into a weird space. Because I mean, in reality, I think Harrison would have killed most of those jocks for ragging on Ethan.
Yeah. Well, and,
You know?
yeah, and don't forget it.
But then, like, carve your name into my foot. Well, did he really see that, or was that a hallucination?
No,
right?
I think she really asked him to do it, and he was starting to carve the letter H. But what about him? Like his dad rightfully questions him about the story not jiving, and then he leaves town, and sure enough he's picked up by Kurt Caldwell, and like, oh wait a minute, this is not your MO. You chase women, But then again, I think maybe because it looks like Harrison accepted his job at the diner, so maybe he won't do anything to him. But I could kind of see a storyline where, it's Kurt Caldwell finds out that somehow Dexter did have something to do with killing his son. Oh, I'm going to kill your son, and then boom,
Maybe
similar.
Maybe, but I mean, his whole thing is about paying it forward, right? So it's like, why do you do all these nice things? Paying it forward. He could be doing all these nice things because, he's trying to make up for being an absolute shit on other things. But
that's the thing is, Harrison took him up on the offer instead of the other women who were just wanted more, kept coming back for more money, or
maybe Kurt is like, I can do with Harrison where I failed with mine.
Yeah, true.
And we find out it wasn't him in New York. Well, we knew.
Well, yeah. Now it starts the unraveling for him too, because they have the security footage, so they know he lied now. So now they're really going to want to question him about.
Yeah.
Why'd you tell us your son was there?
So instead of someone just using his son's credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like.
Yeah.
No. This. Again, we think we're going one way. Is it going to just snowball, or is it going to 90 degree and just miss?
Well, she got his obituary, so I don't know how he talks himself out of this one. He'll know that he was a blood spatter expert, whatever analyst. She'll know.
Well, that's just it. She'll see. Everything about him will come into play.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. You might have to kill.
That's how you
might have
knew.
to kill
That's
her.
how you knew.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he can't kill someone he loves, though. That's he.
Well, to keep him and his son safe, maybe, because now
Maybe.
Well, I hope not, because I like her.
And like, how annoying was the podcaster?
Yeah, she's not annoying as us, right, everyone? Okay.
Like, oh, there's a spa here. Oh, it's only 2-star. Like, fuck off. You're clickbait.
Yeah, she was more worried about not having an episode because, Caldwell Jr. turned up alive, so she's like, oh damn, there's no episode.
Yeah.
This is why you and I don't do true crime. You stick to pop culture, you always have an episode. Doesn't matter what.
Exactly. So
we'll
see what happens next week.
You want to cover the balance of Lost in Space season 3?
Lost in Space. What'd you think? How'd you like that?
Yeah, I pulled on some heartstrings. I had everything. So yeah, you do find. So like we talked about last week, you said there would be a payoff to find out why the robots, wanted Will so badly. So we find out it's all about programming. They want to know how he programmed or deprogrammed a robot, and
because they wanted no more masters.
Yes, but stupid, big-hearted Will thought he could appeal to SARS. Was it SARS?
SAR.
SAR. Yeah.
SARS killed Scarecrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course he jabs a needle right through Will's heart. I'm like, are you kidding me? They're not going to kill him up. What? Looks like they're going to. What are they doing? Just wanted to smack him around a few times.
Like, he's trying to do the right thing, but he's, as a kid, still doesn't know what the right thing is.
Yes.
And, so him and Robot, and of course Smith is all over it, right? So yeah. No, I think it's extremely interesting how it all came about, and it forced them to stay together to get to the new place. And then once they got there, it's like, hey, civilization, we got a hospital, we got this, so it's like, boom, yeah, robots are coming to kill us. We don't have defenses.
Exactly. Yeah. What do you mean
well,
you don't?
Maybe not quite.
You let them right to us.
There's a thing.
Oh, yeah, we got a thing. Where do you keep your prisoners? Yeah, okay.
So, I like how it all unfolded. I think it did a great job of that. And I like how Will figured out a whole bunch of stuff, especially like when they went down into that cave and all the music and everything, and like all the robot sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's something really, really cool about it, especially like when at the end when they trust him to go off on his own with Robot to find more. So it's kind of like now they're being explorers. Now they're being
possible setup for another different season, possibly. Robot and Will, Will and Robot.
A spin-off. Yeah, spin-off. It could be a spin-off.
And I like the whole thing where the robot was like, trust Will Robinson, and then he puts him in this steel cocoon. We don't see what he does, but he puts his hand over his heart, and then of course the robot, Sar tries to kill him again, and Will's like, the robot knew you'd go for my heart. And of course that turns out to be the deprogramming.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool scene, I thought.
That was a great scene. I loved it.
Yeah. And of course, because I thought, oh my God, they just killed Robot. What are you doing? But sure enough, yeah.
But Robot made himself part of Will in order to make himself part of.
Yeah, kind of to reprogram them, and of course, it's the spirit of Robot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
But
very
like,
cool.
how'd you like the rest of them turning the other robots?
Yeah, yeah. By helping out.
By setting them free, by helping them, by showing them that they're okay, Yeah. So, I think I'll call her Susie.
Yeah. Didn't realize there were any female ones, but I guess sure, why not?
Why not?
Well, you know what? I did pick out one thing interesting. Thing I don't know if you did. It was a throwaway scene. It was a nothing scene, but when Maureen first landed on, they got to Alpha Centauri last. But when they landed, the futuristic version of the air traffic controller cleared them for landing. Now, it was it sounded like 100-year-old woman was working on the comms. I'm thinking, now, why the hell would you put someone who sounds like they're in their grave? But I said, I bet you anything that's June Lockhart, the original actress. And sure enough, I looked up their credits. She's 96 years old.
Really?
So that was her voice clearing them for landing.
Nice.
As a nice little nod there,
Yeah, no, I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, I did. I had to look it up. But yeah.
Okay, going back to episode, what was it, 4 or 5?
Mm-hmm.
Getting swallowed by a big worm.
Oh yeah, that kind. Slowly digesting, kind of like the Sarlacc would do in Empire Strikes Back. It was taking its time to, and of course it's probably going to break it down and slowly die over a couple of years. But yeah,
I'm like, okay, we found it. We got a big worm. We got the big worm that's going to eat the ship. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you just survive, your catastrophic engine failure, and you can't eject from your seat just to be swallowed slowly by a worm.
Yeah. Like how, okay, we're going to use the big crate. It was a lethal weapon. Nod. It was a lethal weapon.
Which part?
Murtaugh stuck on the toilet.
Oh yeah.
Pull into the tub.
That's right. Guys like you don't die on toilets. Okay.
I just caught that. It's like yank her into the thing, and boom, the seat goes up.
Yeah.
And kills the worm.
That's right.
I love it.
Yep, the futuristic movie ripped off Die Hard. Yeah. Die Hard, sorry, Lethal Weapon, yeah.
Lethal Weapon, yeah.
Getting my Shane Black.
Well, I'm sure Die Hard influenced something or other in the sci-fi.
Yeah. Influences a lot of action movies.
Yeah, but actually, this entire series was great. I could sit there and watch it season 1 to 3 and be captivated the whole time. There was really no drop or down part that you just kind of like go, okay, I can take a break here,
Yeah.
everything just kept on rolling and rolling and rolling and kept you interested, kept you going. And like every aspect of every character just kept on getting better. Even Smith became a good guy.
Yep, she basically gave her confession and they locked her up. We don't know for how long, but Maureen, did visit her in the end. Told her to look her up when she gets out. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess, usually in these instances, the bad guy is always the bad guy. He sneaks away, but he's got an ulterior motive, so he's still kind of friendly, but, I'm biding my time. Where this one actually wanted to redeem themselves. They wanted to do good, and it's like, all right, especially when she's flying off with Will, and Will's like, she's like, well, as long as I didn't change the manual, I should be able to fly this.
Yeah, good.
It's like, all right. But no, I think all in all, for me, big thumbs up. I can sit there and watch it over and over. Anybody that hasn't watched it yet, you're gonna love it.
Yep, get on it.
It's got a little bit for everybody. Like you don't have to be a super sci-fi fan to enjoy it. It's an adventure.
Yeah, and if you watch it now, you don't have to wait I don't know how many years we had to wait in between seasons, so you can watch them, you can binge them literally all 3 seasons together.
Oh yeah,
not have to worry about waiting.
For sure. And I think when you watch it as a whole, it's much stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we had our gap, and we were kind of like, oh yeah, what happened the last time? And we had to think about it, and then, oh yeah, it all came back, but bits were missing. But if you watch it all the way through, I think you get like a serious like, oh wow, this is so great.
You can watch Will sprout up from season 2 to 3 pretty drastically.
Good 6 inches, boom.
Yeah. All right. That's what she said. That's what she said. Moving right along to Hawkeye, the episode title, Partners, Am I Right? Now, before anyone says anything, I'm sure that the internet exploded in searches for Thanos Was Right coffee mugs, because I sure did. Once again, the Thanos Was Right symbol or slogan was brought up, and Hawkeye's drinking from a mug that, was in the aunt's apartment, Kate's aunt's apartment, yeah. Thanos Was Right is the name of this episode, so yeah, I really focused. I want that mug.
Well, you know what? This episode really solidified that this series, a lot like WandaVision, was about grief. It's about Clint dealing with Natasha's death. And there's just so many things.
You almost had to relive it on the roof there, because that terror when she went over.
Yeah. And when he realized it's a Black Widow attacking him,
yes,
doesn't know it's Yelena, and it's her sister, but there's so much there.
Yeah.
And I've been a couple other little tangents, like I was searching the internet, and there's hints that the fiance is the swordsman.
Oh, well, no. Oh, no. That was pretty explicit. I thought you knew that from the get-go.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, that's him. I'm guessing, and that was him in the Ronin costume, too, that Maya saw. But another more interesting development is the watch, which, again, feature prominently. Now, the internet scuttlebutt is that, each episode he's calling his wife for more and more help. She's speaking German in this episode. So the theory is that's her watch, and she's actually Mockingbird. Because, in the movie, she was always just the wife, right? But now she's checking up on things, she's using internet, speaking German. So I think he's trying to protect her identity. Her former life is Mockingbird. This is not a spoiler. This is what the internet scuttlebutt is. And I don't know. I think they might have cracked it.
But her name is Laura, not Bobby.
Oh, true.
Bobby
but
Morse.
They could have changed that too. Who knows? But again, this could be all conjecture and speculation, but I don't know.
True.
They have only 2 episodes left to round this up, but that's what the nets are saying. And it was nice to see Yelena. We hadn't seen her since the end of Black Widow, so I just love that the movies and the shows are intertwining like this. I mean, what a world we're living in, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's a thing.
And the boomerang, that whole conversation, the boomerang arrow, that's from the comic. Yet it was it was the opposite. It was Clint bragging about boomerang arrows, and it was Kate saying that's stupid. Like so they just reversed the conversation. But that's actually right out of the panel.
Well, right now there's so much speculation going on the internet about where this is going, who's going to be in it, how it's going to be in it. I mean, we've already, been thinking Wilson Fisk is the one running the tracksuit mafia. Yeah, and that was him.
The big man. They referenced the big man again.
Yeah. So and now with this week's news of Charlie Cox being Daredevil.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
In the MCU.
Yeah, well, Kevin Feige, I think, is playing coy. I think he is in Spider-Man, No Way Home, but he can't say it yet. But because he's saying, well, whatever we use, wherever Daredevil pops up, it'll be Charlie Cox, basically. He said, but I think he will be in that Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about Hawkeye? Yeah, I mean, I love the scene about when they're in the apartment, she's bringing over the Christmas movies and all that because he's all alone, and then she asks him what's the best shot he ever took, and he says the best shot is the one he didn't take, which was, he was referring to his decision to recruit Natasha when he was sent to kill her. Yeah, I mean, that was a great scene. I mean,
and Kate mimicked that when she had Yelena dead to rights, and she decided not to take it.
Yep, exactly. Well, of course, if Yelena looked at me like that too, that look she gave, I'd be like, what gun?
And she was a poser.
What bow and arrow? Yeah. Well, apparently the rumor is episode 5 next week is going to make us lose our minds. Apparently.
Oh, really?
Everyone's saying, hold on, you're not going to believe what you're going to see. So I can't wait to see this thing. But this is going to be a kicker, this next episode.
Well, going back to what I was saying about Clint. This really is about grief for Clint, and it also showing the toll that this life takes on a person, right?
Oh God, the frozen margarita mix all over him.
The frozen margarita mix all over him. Yeah. I mean, even with the hearing aid and everything, like he's just the normal human, right? And he's here, going up against the gods, and he's the one that has. He's the one that everyone thinks is the heart of the team, and he's the one that's the most vulnerable. So I mean, I think it would be nice to see another Avenger show up to say, "Hey, Clint, how you doing?"
So he did he did lift the sword from the apartment, right? That was the thing he had on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He knew he had to take it, right?
Well, yeah, but then Jack is going to know now that he took it, right? So
see, I don't think Jack was the one in the Ronin costume that killed Maya's father. I think it was Clint.
Oh, you do?
I think it was Clint. Yeah, I think it was Clint.
I'm starting to think now it might be the mother. It's either Jack or the mother. No, I don't think it was.
Well,
Hawkeye.
The thing is, the Ronin costume was never out of Hawkeye's sight until after.
True, but they made such a they went to great lengths to make sure that they were masked at all times, during that fight scene where he killed Maya's father. So they obviously didn't want you to see the face. You know what I mean? So that's why.
Yeah, but the thing is that took place way after Endgame.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be Hawkeye then. Remember, he left it behind, right? After, and once he got his family back, he was good.
Or did it happen during the blip? I can't remember. It would have to have happened after the blip.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Hawkeye takes place how long after?
Oh, that I forget.
Endgame?
But yeah, because Maya she was almost the same age as we see her now when she saw her father get killed. So that's why. But I was just looking at the clever camera angles and everything. So yeah, I think
it was Clint.
Okay.
I think it was Clint. Because he went so far out of his way to make sure that the suit stayed out of other people's hands, and for it to have shown up, that's where it got found in the Avengers compound. I'm like, okay, you got changed and left it there? What?
Well, yeah, we'll find out in one or two more episodes which one of us is right, or which one of our theories are right. But so hold on to your hats for next week, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
for sure.
5 is going to be a killer. So.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. No, like I said, right now Marvel can do no wrong. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to do my review of the Wraith, 1986 as a Wraith. Let me say what I have to say, then you can jump in at the end, okay? Because,
Sure.
so as you know, the movie challenge, Marc had to watch Hot Tub Time Machine, which oddly goes back to 1986, and my movie, The Wraith, was from 1986. So I did a lot of research on this movie, my friend, because there was a lot of things that didn't make sense. So I didn't listen to the DVD commentary, but I did watch Joe Blow's. They have an episode of The Greatest Movie You Never Saw. So Joe Blow goes into great detail to answer some of my questions. So The Wraith, as you know, is Charlie Sheen, Nick Cassavetes, Sherilyn, Fenn, Randy Quaid. So the thing is, the Wraith appears.
Good cast.
Yeah, the Wraith appears out of nowhere. Okay, so it's a little confusing. Now, what you find out, what you don't know is that the director was told to cut 15 pages from the script, which explained everything. Okay, there was supposed to be a prairie witch. I kid you not, a prairie witch was going to explain how the Wraith was created and when he comes back and all that. So, okay, again, I should have did the research before I saw the movie because I was just like scratching my head the whole time. And if you notice how after every kill, there's that strange brace on the Wraith's body flashes and disappears. But they don't really say why. Okay, that thing is to show you that with each kill, the Wraith's getting stronger, but the Wraith was never weak to begin with. Okay, so all of these things, watching this seemed very familiar to me. Now, even though this movie came out in 1986, you have to take a look at basically what came out in 1986. So here's what I was watching, Marc. Aliens, Platoon, Blue Velvet, Stand By Me, Labyrinth, The Hitcher, The Color of Money, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Fly. I can go on and on here, okay? Top Gun. So I don't know.
Here.
I don't know why I missed it, but it did. It got by me. And apparently, you're going to find this really interesting. Charlie Sheen only worked one day on this movie. That must have been a scheduling nightmare because he was in multiple locations, okay, for this whole movie, which I said, this looks just like Tucson. I lived in Tucson in 95, and yes, they shot in Tucson. So I was actually recognizing places that I had been to. And this whole time, okay, like I did like the movie, but there was two characters straight out of Mad Max's 1981, The Road Warrior. I thought, what are these guys doing? Are they openly copying, this movie? Like, you know who I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Skank and Gutter Boy, the guy that guzzles hydraulic fluid.
Yeah.
They're right out of Road Warrior. It turns out that the director loved the Road Warrior so much, he even named one of the characters Minty. Minty was the name of Feral Boy, okay, in the movie, right? That was Minty. Not only that, the director went on record as saying he wanted to emulate the car chases in Road Warrior when he was filming. He was trying to outdo George Miller. And he studied every frame, he said, him and his DP, about how they shot those driving scenes. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is all making sense now because it just kept...
I thought it seemed familiar.
Yes, but especially like Skank and Gutter Boy. I mean, these guys were so out of place, okay? Looked like they were just right off the set from The Road Warrior to me.
Yeah, tweakers.
And then at the end, Charlie Sheen comes back and says, basically, after he's killed everyone, well, I can't really stay. And then all of a sudden he stays. But all in all, no, I liked it because it's a movie, again, it's like the Transformers movie. Another movie from the 80s I didn't see, but I'm glad I did, Makes me think there's maybe more out there I haven't seen. I'm sure you'll bring up at one point when we do another challenge. But yeah, okay, so let's go to you, Hot Tub Time Machine. Before you crap all over it, can you just say anything you liked or found funny? I liked yours.
Well,
okay.
I mean, Cusack is always solid.
Yes.
Cusack is always solid.
Yeah, and he plays the straight man, don't you think, in this movie? Like, Rob Corddry, the Violator, is clearly, the one to watch, I thought.
Yeah, and well, you had the nephew. I forget who was that?
You mean Clark Duke, who played? Clark Duke.
He was like to me, he plays characters that are the same all the time because I feel he was like the same type of character.
Yes,
but Kick-Ass.
Yes, but I found him fun. He has one of the funniest lines in this movie. He goes, when they're talking about the whole time travel, he goes, "Look, I write Stargate fan fiction, so I think I know what I'm talking about." See, that was funny.
No, there was definitely moments in this movie. There was definitely moments.
Okay, now did you know that was? I saw that movie 5 times where I found out that was William Zabka in a fake mustache. Like I honestly glad I read an interview that he gave saying he was in that movie. I'm like, no, he's not. William Zabka's
you
not. You
didn't recognize him?
No, not. I seen it 5 times, Mark, before I read that interview with him. Did not totally.
I recognize him. He's got and Diora Baird right there.
He's got bug eyes. He's got a mustache, and trust me, oh my God, can I just recap that scene, please? Because the blowjob scene is the funniest breakdown. He knows Elway's going to throw a touchdown pass. 37. Something happens. The squirrel comes on.
Squirrel.
And yeah, and of course, our buddy Zabka says, well, if I win, you have to give your buddy a blowjob. And he's like, done. Cut to the bathroom, okay? Everyone's like, suck. And he's like, who are you people? Who are you people? Pulls his pants down. He's like, oh, good for you. Like, because he's got a big schlong, right? And then he's going, it's so black. It's so impossibly black. Okay. And then he's like, I love you, buddy. Looks at him right in the eye. Don't say that to me. And then he faints and passes out on top of him. I mean, come on. That was hysterical, that whole scene. Come on.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, come on. And I didn't care for the soap on his face after, like, because when the guy came to, I didn't care for that, but that whole leading up to
Oh, you mean for me overall, this movie was like it was I guess asking the age-old question. If you could go back knowing what you know now.
You and I would do exactly like Lou did. We would invent Lugal. You would make Motley Lou. You goddamn know you would be in that video like he did. I hoped you watched the end credits because...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on. That must have got to appeal to the Motley crew in you. Come on.
Oh, for sure.
And then the whole Crispin Glover thing about losing his arm. They're all waiting for him to see how he loses his arm. Like, he's juggling chainsaws, slips on I mean, I forgot to tell you that
was a rolling...
Christian Glover.
That was a good rolling gag. I mean...
Crispin Glover was in the movie. I forgot to tell you. And Chevy Chase, actually.
Yeah. Well, Chevy Chase was like that.
The repairman.
He was sort of like George Carlin in Belle and Ted, right?
Yeah.
He was sort of like that
yeah.
sage.
Yeah, how about Sebastian Stan blamed? Like, he's even watching Red Dawn, and because he's got Chernobyl, the energy drink, and he thinks they're Russian spies. Oh my God! And
the thing for me is like depiction of 80s is always much worse than actual movies from the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they try hard to depict it, but it's just like, oh yeah. To me, this felt more like Ski School than it did like in the 90s than 80s. Did you ever see that movie?
I probably saw a lot of those 80s ski flicks there. But of course, this one when you had Clark Duke's Jacob on a snowboard, and everyone's like, "What's that?"
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
And then then Craig Robinson is Nick doing the whole Black Eyed Peas song. I'm working on something for you. Yeah. I mean, oh man. I could just watch
No, it was...
You like it a little?
No, I do like it. I do like it.
Good, okay.
I'm not going to shit on it.
Oh, thank you. Phew.
No, it was good. I mean, I'm not like super blown away going... Yeah. I think you find those things a lot more funnier than I do.
Yeah, well, this movie I did like it. Just, I mean, I'm not suggesting the sequel. No, because no, you won't like the sequel. But because this movie was kind of like lightning in a bottle, and the sequel just wasn't the same. I mean,
I like the whole things that where the kid finds out Lou's his father.
Oh God, yeah.
They have to finish.
He tries to dive on him as he's banging his mom, and he kind of disappears. He turns into a ghost, right?
Funny.
So because he's got to
come,
off my
right? Mom, you asshole!
Yeah. He's got to finish the job, so to speak.
Gotta finish. And she's just like, what?
And he keeps getting beat up by Blaine. His friends promise, then they finally show up, and he's like, "You could be the hero. I love that song. I could be your hero." And he's slow motion. He gets knocked out again. Okay. A violator.
I mean, come on, give the guy a win,
Yeah. Well, he did it at the end, man. He turned their lives around, right? And
well, when he said he wasn't going back, I knew that he was doing something. Like when they get back, it's going to be all different. And I mean, the foreshadowing with Lizzie Kaplan was like,
the whole fate.
You're hitting people hard over the head with that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, he's ending up with her in the end.
Yeah. So when you want to search for something, you use Lugal. Yeah.
But I mean, who's the girl that played his girlfriend that dumped him?
Oh, that was Lindsay Fonseca, Jenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, her I wouldn't have mind seeing in the hot tub.
Well, come on, my girl's Jessica Paré there. No slouch there. Played Tara.
No.
That's not the point.
No. So look much bigger then than she does.
On
SEAL Team.
Nick calls up his future wife as like, what is she, 10
gives
years
shit,
old?
yeah.
Who
is this? Put down the phone.
Oh my God.
He calls the father by his name. This earned you.
Nothing to do with you.
Oh yeah, no, it was good. I mean, it's a good romp. It's a good watch through.
You turn off the brain cells.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when they get there, they open up the case full of drugs and.
Oh God, some guy in a bear suit, random, just jumps in the tub with them as they're partying. Yeah. I mean, come on.
I mean, it was definitely typical recreation of '80s, of an '80s romp. Although '80s romps, those scenes look a lot more authentic than this one did.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about hot tub scenes, and you go back to the '80s, right? Hot dog.
Yeah. Hot dog.
End of story.
Well, ironically,
Shannon Tweed.
Hot dog. The director of the Wraith wrote that movie. That's another thing you learn in Joe Blow. He wrote that movie. Hot dog.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
I forgot about that movie. I know. I'm like,
I love that movie.
And then he directed Hamburger the movie, which I vaguely remember. But yeah, no, he wrote. Yeah, the director of the Wraith wrote Hot Dog the movie.
Oh, come on. Hot Dog was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, no,
for the time.
Yeah,
it was. That's your classic '80s. I mean, any movie that has "Hungry Like the Wolf" playing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I forgot to mention the Wraith also had a pretty killer soundtrack too. With Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, come on, they had everyone. Bonnie Tyler, even. I mean.
Oh yeah, no. The Wraith. I like the Wraith. I mean, it was kitschy. It was catchy. Again, you don't necessarily have to think too much about it. I mean, when I saw it, and when I keep seeing the braces disappear, to me that meant another notch. I perceived it as another notch.
Well, yeah, it was just an odd thing to do without any explanation. But I mean, yeah, yours. It could have been yours. I mean, I only found out because I did research that it's supposed to make him stronger. But he was never weak, the Wraith, right?
No.
So,
but I mean, with each disappearance, it sets him free.
Yeah,
that was kind of my thing. Those braces are locking him to this plane. And once he kills everybody, he's free. I mean, you get emotional at the end when he comes and gives the car to his brother, and he starts calling him out, and then he starts calling him by his brother's name, and it's just like, oh man.
Yeah, but he could have said. "Hey, I'm really your brother," but he didn't. He just leaves with Sherilyn.
No, he goes. No. He's like, "Who are you, bro?"
Yeah,
and you said it.
Yeah, exactly. No, but you know what I mean, though.
No, I know what you mean, but I don't think he could openly reveal anything until they figured it out. Yeah, well,
another thing. Then he gives the car, the Dodge Interceptor, that every cop on the planet is looking for. I mean, as soon as he steps behind the wheel, you're going to get swarmed. So there's a lot that didn't make sense. But again, like I said, 15 pages were cut out.
Yeah. Well, I think. I mean. Randy Quaid is the sheriff. I think after the last guy got dinged, he goes, "Yeah, this ain't happening anymore."
Yeah.
Now, see the Interceptor driving around and going, "Hey, the guy gave it to me," because he himself, the brother, could make a plausible suspect considering, revenge for his brother's death.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I think to me, like I said, I love the soundtrack. There's music from there I still listen to. Just always rocks. And and Hot Tub Time Machine, like I said, it's one of those. Answer the question: if you could go back, right? Mm-hmm. But hey, as we heard from Avengers, Going back doesn't necessarily change the future.
Exactly.
Hot Tub Time Machine lied? The movies lied to me? But, yeah. So, I mean, creates a new timeline, sees what happens, blah, blah, blah.
Did you want to mention I'm sure you watched the trailer I sent you for the new Halo show. I know it was only a minute trailer.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got a couple of trailers. We got a couple of some news items.
Did you want to mention anything about Halo? How you're looking forward to it on Paramount?
Oh,
Plus
yeah. No, I think,
2022?
well, you know what? With all the video game assets that they've created, and they've already got so much that they could just kick up into Unreal Engine and give it that super new look, or super realistic look. I mean, it's going to be incredible. I mean, recently I got my Xbox Game Pass, and like, hey, all the Halos are available, and I downloaded. I literally went through Halo Reach in one night, just because everything was just so
and
well
because
done.
Fortnite was down.
Well, yeah, Fortnite was down.
Sorry, you got to add that.
But
Which,
no.
By the way, we have to talk about as well, Fortnite. Okay.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I think this is going to be super well done. You know, I think it's going to be on the level of all the fantastic, like Mandalorian, and because this is a really good story. So I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that.
So you want to talk some new season of Fortnite? So we found the island. The island flipped itself, and it's all new weapons, all new locations. It's hard to catch your bearings at first. I mean, I'm digging it so far. Are you?
Yeah. Well, I'm liking the more I guess you could say effective terrain. We got better mountains. We got better, it's not like a big open space where you can hit somebody from 2 miles away. Lots of the great hills and valleys that we used to have in the first chapter.
Yeah, you got the sliding. You can slide. Got the sliding mechanic now to go down those hills too. You can slide.
Slide works pretty good, and if you slide down a hill, you can go a long way.
Yep. Yeah. So you're trying to
run out of the storm a few times that way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I think we have a lot of callbacks to the chapter 1, which I really like. Sunny Steps is in there. When things melt, it's going to be tilted towers.
Yep. Shifty shafts. Welcome to the Butter Barn.
Even Condo Canyon is and the Chonker Speedway is a good callback to the Speedway and Sweaty Palms.
Yeah.
Was it Sweaty Palms?
I think so. Sounds right. But usually the first and last letter are the same, right? Like Shifty Shafts, Misty Meadows.
Yeah. But Sweaty Palms also sounds dirty, so it's kind of like
Sweaty Palm. Damn it. Sounds right though.
I know. No more Retail Row though. No mega malls.
Yeah,
Mega Mall would have been fun to see back.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? I'm liking it. I've opened everything up now, so now I'm kind of settling into playing the match and not just kind of like jumping into trying to get all the challenges done. If I get it done, I get it done. But it's like, yeah, I want to level up, but I want to play the game, And now that we have good snipers back, I'm so happy with that. Yeah, it's interesting fun to see. Everybody's working hard to get Spider-Man because they want to start swinging. But I think, like what you said, it's going to end up being a mythic weapon somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, even with the Spider-Man skin now, if you had it, you can't swing yet, right? Those are going to be like, you're going to have to defeat him and then take the web slingers.
More than likely, odds are he's in the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, he'll be there, and the challenges will be based trying to take him out like Iron Man, and Iron Man wasn't easy, if you recall.
No.
Okay.
Well, we went into Battle Lab and took on the Foundation, and boy, that was a
Took how much damage did you take?
oh, well, I mean, he wasn't firing too much at us. Like, we were firing from one side and then the other. So while he was at his attention was focused on one, the other one was really rocketing the damage, and then turn around and then okay, the other one hit. So tag teamed and got him down. But the mythic MK7 is nice.
Well, I was saying I've still not seen it in all the games I've done, so people, just like I said, going to see Sloan probably don't want to tangle and risk all that time and health.
I've come across somebody who beat me with it in one of the games, so I think they went right for it.
Yeah, well, I think people, because like I said, you did this in Battle Lab. You know, if you're going to do it in a game, someone's going to come by and shoot you as you're shooting him. The storm's going to come. Well, whatever the reason, you know, it's never that easy, right? I mean, there's always, or a guy's going to wait till you actually kill him, and then he's going to snipe you to get the guy. You know, I mean, that's why I think most people aren't trying yet, or they just don't know the location.
Yeah. Another little bit of news, a little trailer action. The Matrix.
Yep, latest one looks pretty good, and apparently they're saying that's that old lady you see in the trailer. They're saying that's Jada Pinkett Smith there, but they're not explaining why she's so
really
aged. Yeah, that's the buzz. That's really her underneath all that age makeup.
No, it looks good. It looks like it's going to be a new adventure and updating everything, and you're just going to end up like falling for Neo all over again. You know? The one. Yeah, I saw that Superman and Lois season 2 trailer you sent me.
Yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm liking this series. I know you haven't been following it, but it really puts a reality on the Superman mythos. You know, it's him trying to be a father and a superhero at the same time, and it really, really shows the difficulty. It's not, it's showing the human side of things, like we were talking about with Hawkeye, how this takes a toll. But even for the Man of Steel, there are things he can't do. He can't save. He can't just fix by being a superhero, you know? So to me, this series really, really, I love the realism. Like I said, it calls me back to Smallville, where that's exactly what you got from it. It's him learning how to be, or him being human while trying to be a hero at the same time and not letting anybody know. So, yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to it. I saw another thing today, Cowboy Bebop, no season 2.
Yep. Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it. I know you did. I know you liked it, but I'm not surprised because I know Netflix doesn't release numbers, but for them not to renew means that they probably didn't get the attention they thought it would.
And you know what? I find that kind of weird because it was a good show. It was well put together. It was extremely well done. So I mean, I don't see why this would have thing. But then again, hey, Firefly only got one season too, and that's held up over the years. So I think it's sad that it went away. But no, I think this is one that if people keep going back and watching, it'll fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it'll have a second life. You never know. I mean, might develop a cult following on Netflix. Who knows?
Yeah. Because like the character portrayal was great. The music in it was fantastic. The set design was incredible. So it's like, just not enough people watching it. Anyway.
You say we wrap her up, buddy?
Yes, sir. So I think we've covered pretty much everything we've wanted to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Good solid 50 minutes.
Yeah. All right, gang. You can find us on YouTube. Search Butcher Bay Rejects. You can find us on Twitter at Bay Rejects. You can find us on Facebook at Butcher Bay Rejects. And our website, butcherbayrejects.com. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Alexa TuneIn, Amazon Music, Pandora, and did I say iHeartRadio?
Did you say Spotify?
And Spotify. There you go. That's why we're a team. We hold
right.
each other up.
Damn right.
All right. We'll catch you next week. This has been Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. See you next week, nerds.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.